You don't need a person like me to tell you that Alone was one of the worst Roblox horror games of recent times. It's a blatantly dishonest front-page Roblox horror game that serves absolutely zero purpose other than to capitalize off of the success of Doors. But what I do think interests me is that it is seen as the tipping point for most people. Terrible horror games have been everywhere on Roblox for literal years now. Games that have thousands of plays that don't seem to reflect the quality whatsoever. But that never really bothered people, at least on the surface. But why is specifically Alone hated while other Roblox horror games are just overlooked? Well, since this disposable game is a dead pile of nothing now, I think it's my time I give my 2 cents regarding it. I'm Breadian, the guy who talks about niche Roblox games, and I'm here to enlighten you a bit. It's very hard to argue that Alone is not a ripoff of Doors. Or, at the very least, trying to make money off of Doors' success. There are dozens of points within the game and its marketing that seeks to back this point, and I'm going to go over a few of them. The visual style, very reminiscent of Doors, especially the animations in the HUD. The clickbait monster and its respective UGC merchandise are very akin to Doors, almost a combination of Seek and Figure, if that wasn't blatantly obvious enough. And, honestly, copying Doors is a valid thing for a Roblox game to do. If you're just in it for the money, then yeah, kids are stupid and are going to buy it. But also, it makes your game look like a piece of shit. Copying something beat for beat gives it a super easy comparison. It makes it incredibly easy to pick apart and point out that it's just Doors, except from the dollar store. For example, upon playing the game, I immediately noticed how shitty trying to get stuff out of the drawers is compared to Doors. You think that you can just spam the E key to quickly pick up everything, but no, you have to individually open and pick up every single item, and also there's an inventory limit. And this is just the tip. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Alone did more than just take a little inspiration from Doors. It just lacks creativity overall. Everything that carried this game was taken straight from Doors. Its title is literally stylized similar to Doors, and the game is also for 4 players coincidentally. Like they just had to copy everything about Doors. Alone is a game that might as well have just been crafted by fucking ChatGPT. It's got all of the Roblox horror tropes here. Cool catchy title, a big 7-foot tall monster, levels that consist of finding items while a monster chases you in a maze, and the worst of all, you have to pay the game to respawn. Also, you rely on chocolate to regain your stamina. I have no idea how the fuck that works or why it's a mechanic. You'd probably pass out and throw up if you tried that in real life. Also, it's just kind of not really a fun mechanic at all. The plot of Alone is that you're in a mansion, and then you have to turn the generator on after it cuts out. You go to the basement, and then there's some horribly animated monster in there that tries to kill you while you repair the generator. After that, you literally walk from one end of the basement to the other, and you win the game. You see, a lot of Roblox horror games attempt to have a plot in order to connect things, or at the very least, inject edgy story beats into their games in order to catch people's attention. Alone doesn't even attempt to do anything. There's no effort put into anything, especially that cringy ass phone call at the beginning.
Listen to me carefully, kid. You'll have to turn on the generator soon. That's in the basement. Stay quiet, Stacy. The mansion will be losing its power. You do not want to be in the dark, all alone.
So yeah, there's a phone call at the beginning that's like really fucking terribly done. It's just some 18-year-old trying to put on a gravelly voice in order to make himself sound old. You know, you can just do your real voice and it would be less cringeworthy, right? There was a game named Lightbulb by Zeekers that came out in like 2014, and that game had phone calls. And yeah, it was obviously just some young kid doing it, but it didn't seem distractingly annoying.
When you get in, pull the switches and shut off the maze's power. I know this seems like a bad thing to do, but you have to trust me. Don't listen to the other one that may be talking to you. He's just a distraction. It's the monster trying to get you lost. If you pass up these switches, we may never see the light of day again.
It does not matter that much if you're not an Emmy-winning actor, but the phone call would literally be better if they didn't do that weird-ass cringe voice. This problem honestly could have just been avoided by not having the phone call at all, because all it really does is waste time. They could have just put tooltips on the screen to give your objective. Oh wait, they already fucking did that. So yeah, the phone call is redundant. If the excuse for having the phone call is not to break the player's immersion, then maybe these tooltips shouldn't be here. And I mean, it's not like this game is trying to be quality anyways. So yeah, if you didn't play Alone, then don't worry, you're not missing out. But yeah, the monster that was plastered in the marketing everywhere actually isn't in the game. Well, it is, but it's just the ending cutscene. It's literally just there for cheap marketing, and somehow this is allowed, I guess. I thought the ages of clickbait games were left behind in 2013, but apparently not. And I think the reason why this is off-putting to so many children is simply because kids love doors. They clicked on the game and they played it for doors. And they replayed it after dying over and over again, hoping to see this unnamed Seek ripoff, and they didn't get it, so they're going to be mad about it. Let me put this into perspective. Most Roblox horror games have a like to dislike ratio of around 90 to 80%. Even the shitty and mid horror games have a 90 to 80%. Because they usually have a gimmick to distract kids from how bad that they are. Usually it's unique visuals that get kids so wrapped up that they forget that the game that they're playing is absolute garbage. So Alone is one of the games that has a below average score on the like to dislike ratio, which basically means that Alone managed to piss off the very audience that it was trying to exploit. The entire game is built off of manipulating children, and it failed to do that, for the most part. Some people apparently like this game.
Alone is the new story-based mystery horror game by Relsoft. The game is set in a mansion, with your character introduced as the new caretaker of the property. In its current form, you need to perform a small number of tasks, like powering a broken generator and finding an amulet in an underground labyrinth. While the aesthetic, tasks, creatures and items can all be compared to other games, the story itself is unique enough to distinguish itself as a standalone game in the horror ecosystem. I'm expecting this rating to change as the game is updated and expanded, but for now it's placed towards the lower end of the A tier. Let me know.
So yeah, even if terrible Roblox horror games have been around for years now, Alone seems to serve as the major tipping point for a lot of people because of how it opens its doors for criticism. And when one takes just 1 second to question the game's quality, it fucking falls apart. It crumbles. All of the game's aspect, from the manipulative marketing to the terrible game design, all add up to a game with all of the prospects of Lizzo in a 100-meter dash. If there was any effort put into this game anywhere, I would feel sorry for the person that admitted that. And like I said before, there are many games like this. Not just bad games, but games that have tried to copy Doors before Alone even came out. Like Intrusion, another terrible Doors dupe that literally, at the time that I was conceptualizing this video, changed its title to Intrusion Better Doors because it was getting no players, before swiftly changing its name back to normal after it started to get players again. But funnily enough, Intrusion is also a massive piece of shit. And before anybody comments this, just because I saw this shit on TikTok, Alone is not directly copying the mechanics of Doors, but it is considered a ripoff because it seeks to imitate and profit off of the success of Doors. I have to say this because apparently some people see this as an A-tier horror game. Also, I forgot to mention this in the video. Apparently this game is 600k in debt. Anyways, those are my thoughts regarding this massive piece of shit named Alone. There's also some other bullshit in the game that I didn't even consider mentioning because it would just be a waste of time. Kind of like how the game itself wasted my time by forcing me to replay it every time that I died. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Are you Is that the game?
What?
Game is shit.
Are you fucking serious?
To be continued. This game is shit.
Dude, the monster wasn't even like the Seek dupe wasn't even